following video describes the temporary fire protection system at the Jackfish tank farm. You can see from this diagram the normal configuration of the fire system is water coming from the fire pump, providing pressure onto the bladder tank, which then squeezes the foam concentrate into the water stream at 3%. This then travels to the tanks after the selected deluge valve has been tripped. The bladder in this system has been compromised and is no longer functioning, so we have put in a temporary system to provide fire protection, which is shown on the right diagram. Water for this temporary system will still come from the stationary fire pump, but will be redirected out of the fire building through the test header to a foam injection trailer. Water will pass through this trailer and a diesel-powered pump will inject foam concentrate into the system. The mixed foam solution then travels back into the fire building through fire hose and ties back into the deluge valve piping header. The following video will outline the step-by-step instructions to activate the system.
Hey, we're here at the Wolf Midstream Jackfish tank farm talking about the temporary fire system. So the system's broke into 3 different sections. The first section is going to be engaging the fire pump. The second part is going to be starting the temporary foam injection trailer. And the third part will be tripping the deluge valve. So we'll go through each part individually. The first part is to come into the building here, come to the fire control panel. This panel is going to be locked out into the manual or hand position, so that's not going to change. You're simply going to come to the pump here. You'll open up the access hatch for the touch screen, and you will basically choose and push either crank 1 or crank 2, one of the green buttons. That will manually start the fire pump. Okay, once the fire pump is running, you're going to come over to the test header control here. This is where we're going to allow the fire water to be pushed out of the building and out to the temporary foam trailer. So basically you're going to slowly manually open this valve. This is going to charge all the fire hose, charge up the foam trailer, and then charge up the hose that's coming back into the building here. So it's going to take probably a minute or 2 for it to fill up. So again, just fairly gently because there's a lot of fire hose and they could whip around. So once you see the hose pressure up in the building and it's firm, then you can go out to step number 2, which is the fire foam pump trailer. Okay, so the fire pump is running. You come out to the foam trailer here. You can see that all the steps are marked with the stars that corresponds to the instruction sheet. So you should be walking through this procedure step by step, one number at a time. So coming out here to activate the foam system, we're going to open up the foam tote to supply foam concentrate to the foam pump first. Okay, we're here to start the foam pump now. So step number 4 is to activate the master power. So the master power on, you'll see gauges will light up and they have power to the system now. We'll open up the control panel. For number 5, turn the key to the run position, wait for a second, and then turn the key to start. Okay, so the foam pump is idling right now. We're coming back to the building here to trip the deluge. So you're going to find the appropriate tank. So tank either S100A, 100B, 100D, or 100C. Find the appropriate deluge valve. You're going to simply go to the, open the door, and you're going to pull down on the lever to trip the deluge valve. That will then initiate the flow of water and foam concentrate to the tanks. Okay, so we've tripped the deluge valve in the building. The system is now operational. We're coming back to the foam pump to make sure that the flows are correct for the appropriate tank. So in order to throttle water flow, we've got a manual control valve and the discharge piping here on the foam trailer. So we can simply throttle it to where it needs to be. If you look over here at the control panel, you'll see that you'll have water flow on this gauge here. So you'll simply adjust that valve until you get the flow that you want. Okay, so we've got the water flow set to where we want it. Now we're just going to adjust the foam concentrate flow. We've got the water flows and the foam concentrate flows listed on the trailer here, so you know exactly what you need to do. To adjust the foam flow rate, that's simply adjusting the throttle on the foam pump itself. So the pump is going to be running, and you're simply going to idle this thing up until you see the correct flow rate on the flow meter for the foam concentrate. At that point, your water flow and your foam flow should be matching what's on the sheet, and you're simply just going to monitor the flows and ensure that that system runs for a minimum of 20 minutes. Once it's flowed for 20 minutes at the correct rates, you can shut the system down and the fire should be out.